It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Thursday. We are waking up with temperatures in the upper 40s, and we're pretty much done with that rain chance. However, there's a lot of low, thick cloud cover, waking up to thick clouds in most places and a wind that will be hard not to notice. Things are breezy already this morning. So even though temperatures are about 48 degrees as of 5 o'clock in the morning, it's feeling more like 40 in places because we've got a northwest wind gusting to 30 miles an hour this morning. And that breeze is going to intensify as we head through the course of the afternoon. We're seeing this pressure gradient really tighten up across the country, and it's resulting in these high winds for us here in the Ozarks. It'll be a little bit cooler today, high temperatures in the low 60s. Factor in the winds. It's not going to be a very pleasant day to be outdoors, but just hang on. I've got much better weather in the extended forecast. If we can hang on, well, I think you're going to be rewarded because temperatures are looking great by Friday and the weekend. Across the country, the big story today is all out on the East Coast. That's where most of the action is in relation to a very powerful low pressure system that this morning is centered kind of right between the state lines of Illinois and Indiana. It's a very powerful storm system, and we're on the backside of it, meaning that we're getting the northwest winds that are very strong. It's still keeping our temperature cool. The trend today, as that storm system moves to the east, will be to clear our sky here in the Ozarks. So even though we're starting with some very thick cloud cover, I think we do see the sunshine break through. That happens late today, and temperatures warm to the low 60s, but the northwest wind, it's not going anywhere. In fact, I think it could gust to 40 later today. A sustained wind from 15 to 25 miles an hour today. It'll add a bit to the wind chill factor all day. Keep that in mind. And with gusts to 40 miles an hour, what we've also got are really low relative humidity values today. We're talking like 30% relative humidity. That's going to mean elevated fire danger in the forecast. And I think we hold on to these elevated fire weather conditions today, tomorrow, and maybe even into Saturday of this weekend. In these types of conditions, fires can spread rapidly, so outdoor burning is discouraged on a day like this. Travel may also become difficult for high profile vehicles, so keep that in mind if you're going to be hitting the roads today. The wind coming from the northwest, very strong. We're talking gusts to 40. So it's going to be a blustery day out there across the Ozarks with maximum wind gusts near 40 miles an hour. I expect that we will have much improved weather moving into the region by tomorrow. Not only do the winds settle down, but the sunshine is back for us, and our temperature will respond to that sunshine and low relative humidity, with numbers making their way to 70 degrees on Friday. We're in the 80s by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday. Either side of 80 degrees on Saturday. By the time we get to Sunday, I think we're in the mid 80s. Dare I say hot across the Ozarks, but I think a lot of folks will be outdoors doing their spring planting this weekend. It does look like a really nice weekend for that. Temperatures are going to remain pretty mild next week, but I see the next best opportunity for showers and thunderstorms to return for the early and mid parts of next week. So I'm having us dry for the rest of the day today through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then rain returns by Monday of next week. It's looking like a gorgeous weekend, though. If you don't have outdoor plans, make some. It's going to be too nice to miss out on. It will be breezy on Saturday. I will give you that, but a perfect day to fly a kite. I think we'll have the sunshine. Winds on Saturday could gust to 35 miles an hour, so you'll notice that. Breezy on Sunday, but not as windy, with winds gusting to 25 on Sunday, and that is the warmer of the two. My current high temperature forecast for Sunday is 83 degrees in Springfield. Really warm, really nice across the Ozarks. I expect that we will see some nice conditions for many other parts of the country today, too. That's for the central and western United States. But around the country, what's making headlines? I told you about that really powerful low pressure system. It's causing heavy rain, high wind for much of the eastern United States today. And there's a severe weather threat today for much of the southeast portions of Florida, as well as the upper Ohio River Valley. That's where we're going to see some severe weather reports later today. I also have high winds and widespread to moderate heavy rainfall expected for the eastern seaboard. That's really going to increase tonight through Friday morning. So anybody traveling, heading to the East Coast, early heads up for you. They're starting their weekend on kind of a rainy note. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question today. This one, everybody's got a bit of a different answer, but what do you think the official answer from sleep.org is? Here's the question. Sleep.org says it should ideally take you how many minutes to fall asleep at bedtime? The options were A, 10, B, 15 to 20, or 5 to 20, C, 10 to 15, or D, 10 to 20 minutes. If you guessed D, 10 to 20 minutes, that is the correct answer. I don't know. That seems like an inaccurate range for me. For me, I go to bed, I'm either asleep within 2 minutes of my head hitting the pillow, or I'm like awake for hours and can't fall asleep. But that 10 to 20-minute range is the sweet spot. That's according to sleep.org. The average person should fall asleep within 10 to 20 minutes of lying down and turning the light off. Tips for falling asleep. We all know these, but we don't maybe practice them. Staying away from the blue light and the screens before bed, getting ample amounts of exercise that day, and not eating too late. Apparently, if you follow those rules, you will fall asleep in 10 to 20 minutes. Hopefully, closer to the 10 side. All right, here's the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Parents.com says only what percent of babies arrive on their due dates? What do you think? A, 5%, B, 10%, C, 15%, or D, 20%? Did your baby arrive on their due date? Mine, one did not. uh, you can submit your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Don't forget this week we have an awesome prize that we are giving away. It's a pair of tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals game on May 5th. They're brought to you by Around the Ozarks and 105.1 The Bull, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals radio. So make sure you head on over to the website, submit your guess there. We also have the forecast covered for you at the website. You can find that at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hold on to your hats if you're heading out the door. High temperature, 63 degrees, strong northwest wind all day, staying rain-free. And I think by late in the afternoon, we'll see the sunshine back in the Ozarks, setting us up for a nice weekend ahead. We'll chat tomorrow.